How does birth order affect the middle school transition? By Annalise Lehman. The hypothesis of this experiment was, if a child has an older sibling, then they will be more prepared for the middle school transition. The independent variables were the gender of the students being surveyed and the ages of the students being surveyed. The dependent variable was how prepared students feel for middle school, and the control group were the students facing the middle school transition without older siblings. A controlled variable was that each participant answers the same question. This was kept constant by handing out the same survey. Another control variable was that all participants attend Hollycong. This was kept constant by only surveying students at Hollycong. The last control variable was that all participants entered Hollycong in 2015. This was kept constant by only surveying students who entered Hollycong in 2015. The procedure for this experiment consisted of collecting the data, analyzing it, and answering the question. The instrument used in this experiment was the survey handed out to all 8th grade students in Hollycong Middle School. Students answered questions regarding to their gender and age and about their older siblings. Additionally, students answered questions about their fears entering middle school. Boys with no older siblings had a greater average of students for each sphere than boys with older siblings. Boys with older siblings are more prepared for middle school due to the fact that they had a lower average of students for each sphere. Overall, the number of students for each sphere was lower for boys with older siblings. The most common fears for each group were friend groups and detentions. Girls with no older siblings had a greater average of students for each sphere than girls with older siblings. Girls with older siblings were more prepared for the middle school transition due to the fact that they had a lower average of students for each sphere. Overall, the number of students for each sphere was lower for girls with older siblings. The most common fears for each group were detentions and school size. The number of students for the two spheres decreased with an older sibling. Boys and girls with older siblings had less average amount of students for each sphere. The data showed students with older siblings are more prepared for entering middle school. Therefore, birth order affects the middle school transition for students by decreasing the number of fears a student has. The results prove the hypothesis. In the world, this means that older siblings are an outlet for advice, and teachers and guidance counselors should recommend students looking to older siblings. We should start looking for better ways to relieve stress for students, and student volunteers can be used to guide new middle schoolers. Lastly, there should be more check-ins for new middle schoolers throughout their first year.